Top morning, ladies. Welcome to the What If Deku Had the Creative Powers Part 3. Or creative abilities, or yeah. So in the first two, I kind of squirreled, but that's okay. In this Part 3, Zuko, who was walking home, or he did get picked up by his minion, or should I say the limb of his minion, the brain, or what I mean by limb, basically is a Minecraft tree. Minecraft huge tree. Basically, the one on the bottom, one of the tendrils things just reached over and grabbed or picks Zuko up and brought him home, and yeah. Then he was so exhausted because how much power he still has everyone, like he's still, like his soul is still like inside of him, but he is also inside everyone else's. And sorry if you hear the giant grind in the sound in the background. Is because the machine ice maker. So yeah. So Zumi was like, she's trying to like figure out, where did Zuko go? And when when he went back to his house and and he built that no one knows about. It was like his secret house that plus it was camouflaged so well that even no one knows about it. It blends in so well. So when Zumi was like, she didn't know that her own brother was back on his feet. He's just tired out. So when he, like, couple days have passed, now it was, so he made a tree thing, or not tree, but secretly he made because how tired he was, he did like watch the entire fight from all of everybody's eyes all at once during the sports festival. And he did, like, as he gets up, as he looks at his minion tree, and because his minion tree, or like his helper, should I say, what use a limb and smacks over, or hero killer stain, and straight up turn him into or like basically killed him off screen. So yeah. So Zuko was basically basically shows up at because it was first round of a race, or it was beginning or starting soon. Azuku he did have a phone and technology thing, but he clicks or he calls Hizumi and tells her that he's on his way. Hey. And Hizumi was basically like, are you doing okay? Yeah. So then Zuko walks over. He's here. As he wrote, he's here. Azumi went and saw him. Hey, brother, what's up? Huh, nothing much. I'm just... As Zumi could tell that he's tired, he's exhausted from how much power that he used. Because overload and... Plus, he went through... His body went from... Or actually, he was in complete special. What I mean is he needed was to created a new power for himself. So, but he actually did without him even realizing it. And so he evolved into Zukumadori. Yeah. And so, and no, I am not gonna... There's that picture of the... where she's in a like little nightgown thing. So when Zuko says, yeah, when I'm probably not going to anticipate, thinking as I'm not anticipating, I'm just going to watch the rest of you. Yeah. And so Zuko, who was in the stadium, or he was with a crowd. He sat down as he looks at his own sister. He is happy. Yeah. He's happy to see his own sister. Sister's up and walks around. Because she doesn't have to deal with these special, or should I say, she doesn't have to deal with, if she was born special, she would have probably gone through the same thing. Always tired. But Zumi was yeah. So he tells her, good luck out there. Telepathically. And so Zumi says, yeah, I'll make you proud, brother. So, yeah. So then Zumi ends up winning the race because, or actually, let's say she was the speaker thing. She walks up and she says, I hope that you guys enjoy watching all of us, or enjoying this, and plus, that includes you, brother Zuko. as he points, or as she points to Zumi, or no, Zuku. That's about like had his eyes closed, sleeping. As I know that you still can't hear me, but Neem, as everyone's like, dude, you need to stay awake from. As or actually, where he was sitting, he wasn't in the normal like chairs things. He was sitting on top of a roof with a branch as his back so that he doesn't fall no backwards. And yeah. So as they're like, man, the Azumi tells her brother, I'll make you proud too. As Eraserhead says, that's a special one. Why is he so tired? Is this so like what he and Zuko's has this weird so like he's like so all of them are like, man, is he tired of he's always tired? Dude, did you heard? What? He's a special. You know what he is just special. Wait, what? He was born special. As everyone's eyes widen when Music Mike also told Mr. Ozawa that, is he the special one? No. Yeah. Poor kid. He's probably always been, maybe specials are like, but he's more tired than, maybe as Nezu told them that he's qualified for the, like, going into this sports festival. As Zuku was in, as he's like trying to like stay awake. Zuku was dressed up in the same outfit as the UA students. Zuku's like, he fell face first. As Bakugo knows that Zumi knows that the Zuku is tired out. Because as she whispers, maybe if you win, if you get first place, the might get you the All Might blanket or the pillow set. Okay. Deal. Take your marks. Get set. Beep! As the Zuku was, no matter how tired he is, and because he has the powers of, because he was special, he could use any power from the entire universe, multiverse, everything. So, what he does, he uses the Flash. Not the guy who opens his coat kind. I'm talking about like DC Comics one. DC Comics, and don't ask me how I used Lobo and the Flash. So when Deku went full throttle, when Deku went full throttle, he went from point A, he ran all the way around, just like they said. He went all the way around the entire thing, and he got first place. He's in about a nanosecond, basically faster than anything. And so he was like, all right, nap time. As the tree sprouted out as he fell asleep. He, with like a leaves covering his entire body. Like, or he's like basically wrapped like a cocoon. And like, he's wrapped like a cocoon, sleeping. As they know that he's, or so Mr. Ozawa was like, yeah, he's probably tired out. So then Zumi and everybody's like, man, that boy is crazy strong, crazy fast. As everyone agrees, yeah, he must have so much power at him. Yeah. So when he was sleeping, or like, because his body is keeping, or he's creating newer and newer powers for him, it's taking a lot of energy to like to creating more and more powers for him. And you know what he also did that no one else knew about? Inside of his body, literally inside of his own body, was the, like, literally inside of his body, he created the entire multiverse. Or should I say, he created his own planet to have all the alternate versions of him, that the powers that he created to go to. Yeah. And the fight won. So actually one, like, after the, of course, cavalry battle thing, of course, Mr. Ozawa says, I know that Deku won and he has, but he'll be out of this one because, so, but he'll be in the fight one, so, yeah. So then, Zuko, like, during the cavalry battle thing, it happens like canon version, but, yeah. Let's see how long. Not that long. Yeah. So, yeah. Zuko ends up, like, when he was sleeping during it, the one of the, his alternate self, guess who it was? An alternate version of Doomsday, alternate version of himself was Doomsday Zuko. And no, I am not going to use the someone else's version of Doomsday. If you guys want to see that one, go right ahead. Go check it out. It's called What If Deku Became Doomsday One Shot Hunt, I believe. Because Doomsday Zuko that I am going to make or in this What If is completely different. He's more gentle with him. And so he tells Sleeping Zuko, that's what I call him, then for the fight, he'll take his place. Okay? Okay, dude. So that gives you enough time for sleeping. So then yeah. And speaking of, like, yeah. So after so then the fight one, Doomsday Zuko shows up. Nice to meet you all. Well, I'm the alternate version. I asked him. Okay, so yeah. So then Doomsday Zuko fights for, yeah. So then, yeah. And plus, so a time skip because Hero Killer Stain was killed off screen. And so there was no point of that. And I'm also time skip of of the camp arc because Zuko his house was right next to the camp arc thing. So Zuko's was sleeping, and yeah. So then one night, or actually, well, so Zuko got to there first, like to his house, and they like spending the day or spending the rest of the week, or not week, the one day, or after they arrive, they took a whole day off, or spending the rest of a night. As Ochako finally decided to go meet Zuko. Who? And she goes over, and the tree was about to attack her, but then and she says, "I'm not here to hurt Zuko or invade. It's just I'm to talk to him." Okay. So then Ochako walks up to Zuko, or where he was sleeping. And Zuko wakes up. Welcome to my house, mommy. And Ochako says, well, yeah. And she tells Zuko, you know me and Paku were pranking you. Yeah. I told Zumi that you and him were pranking me to for what? Making me jealous of? Yeah. As Ochako was embarrassed, Ernest, as she could not believe that he knew that he was getting pranked. But then Ochako says, you would probably also know that because she confessed her feelings to him, like her true feelings, and she basically told him that that she's in love with him and all that stuff. Yeah. So after that stuff happened, so she went back to camp and yeah. And before she left, so Zuko tells her, because it was also back of her head thing, you might get invaded by villains. So, yeah. Yeah. So then they go to their... Because she thought he was crazy at first, but then the villain shows up, and yeah. So then Zuko was basically her boyfriend anyway, so... So yeah. So then All for One versus All Might. All Might was down. All Might was down. All for One's about to shoot a beam of light as Zuko's just like, okay. As he feels so much better after... Because how long he took naps for. And he slept for like... And so he created... So when his powers grew... So, yeah. So then it was finally time for him to evolve again into a Galaxy Eyes Zuko. But Galaxy Eyes Zuko is way more powerful than anyone. Like, I mean anyone. So Doomsday Zuko helps him up, and yeah. So they're both like, went off, and All Might, as All for One shoots a beam of light, Zuko steps in, or Doomsday Zuko takes the hit instead, as he says, now duo of Zuko, Zukus are gonna take you on. As there thought, there's only one Zuko. Or one person. That would be you. Before All for One says it would be you part, he literally gets like punched right in the side, sending him flying. Boom! And yeah, made All for One fly 4 buildings through. As he's like, now let's have some fun. Ezuku was like, no. No. As he flies like supersonic fast, Ready? Ready. As Deku throws Doomsday. Or actually, yeah. So both Doomsday and him fused, or like, they does the bombardment of like attacks, and like Zuko finally does like finishing blow. Throws. He, as Ochako sees, that's kind of like the same move that she does during the. As he says, release. Release explosion. As All for One's entire body was like boom, 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 boom. Like, I probably will be demonetized for it, but anime characters, not that explode, Ex- that have that has. So I'm trying to find. Basically, All for One and his entire body exploded. So I'm trying to find that image of, yeah. So just imagine All for One and his entire body exploded. Oh, did. Like he just. It's like the Akame gets kills. Where the perfect clones or whatever those things are called. Like goons. That like the crazy doctor just like pulls the trigger and boom. It's like that. Azuku's entire, like, basically All for One was not very, like, small. But it was, like, big explosion. And no, it doesn't, like, basically they see it and they're like, whoa. And he's like, all right, that's cool. It's like a firework. Bang! Yeah. Kaboom! Yeah. Zuko was like, man, this is what he looked like, or this is what All for One looked like when. And plus, All for One was in his prime. And Zuko just like, kaboom! Explosion! Killed All for One right off. Like, well, boom! Okay, done. Let's go home. It's like, as Doomsday Zuko helps them. Yeah. As they're like, man, as everyone's heads, their heads didn't explode, but it was their eardrums, or like they can't hear because of a really bad ringing sound. So they're like, man, I can't even hear anything. And of course, Inko, Sashi, everyone that saw it, of course, Inko and Sashi were like, wait, or Inko just remembered something. Wait, so that's our son. As Inko remembers, that's our son on TV. So then, couple days after that, everyone gets their hearing back from that ringing sound. Zuko, or so Inko was like, that's our son. Yeah, Inko, Doria, sad face. And she did not know. No. Of course, when a couple of days after that, a couple of days, Zumi went home, or went to to Midoriya house, basically, and told them that my brother was, did you know he was special? And when Inko heard that her son was special one, she blamed herself for getting rid of him. And she's blaming herself for, yeah. And so when Inko walks over and says, if you see him, tell him I'm sorry for, or tell him that we're sorry for that stuff. No need to apologize. He's already hearing you like saying you're sorry. Why? As when Zuko, or when Zumi told her that he's inside all of us. As Inko can't believe it. And as she could not believe that her own son. As she walks and she tells Zuko, or she was looking at a wall when she tells him, because she knows that Zuko can't hear her. Sorry for, as he says, back of her head, or back of her mind, he says, okay, no need to blame yourself, Inko, or mother. And so when Zuko came back to the home, he has two homes now. Because first home that he had, or his parents kicked him out of the house. And number two house, he kept it nice and clean. So when he told his own, so he did bring, or because how he's always tired out because his every step he takes, he's like he was exhausted. So Doomsday Zuku created a little like or helps him walk as he walks and tells Inko, or actually the big buff guy tells Inko, "Hi, and don't I'm Zuko Midoriya, or I'm his alternate self." And she thought it was a real self, but he's on my back. As he shows, or he's just tired out. His powers is draining his energy, so that's why. And it's good to see you, Inko. I know that we haven't really met, but my Inko from my world, as Zuku or Doomsday Zuku says, in my world, you Inko died because of the Quark Doctor. And yeah, I don't as he care her. So as when Inko heard that Zuko, or when Inko heard that Zuko or Doomsday Zuko lost his mother in the Quark Doctor business thing, she walks up to him, she hugs him, and she tells him that I know that your Inko passed away or died tragically, but I will accept you as my own son too. Hey, no matter what. As Doomsday Zuko's tears up, because everyone else sees him as a monster, goes on a rampage a lot. And they, when Inko, when Inko from this What If told him that she wants him to be her number 2 Zuko son, he accepts it. And yeah, with all that guilt builds up, she was sad when she heard that she died in an alternate timeline version. But when she yeah. And so when he told her a whole story about like how the Quark Doctor kidnapped him and tortured him most of his life, and he went on a rampage. And as he like closed his hand, so then when Inko finally says, "Yeah, but I don't," probably your Inko, or probably your mother, or probably the alternate version of me, was probably the same. Yeah, same eye color, same hair color. Or it's as Doomsday Zuko starts to tear up because it's been a long time since he cried. So, yeah. So when he cried, he's letting it all out because it was a heartbreaking moment. So as, yeah. So, Zuko, or Doomsday Zuko, or no, not, so Inko tells him then he's always welcomed to be in this alternate universe. And as Doomsday Zuko tells her, you don't mind how I look, right? Yeah, I don't mind at all. As Sashi came along and thought he thought Inko was cheating on him with another man. But turns out, oh wait, hold on. As Sashi just remembered, oh wait, hold on, that's an alternate. Sorry, Inko. As as he's she does he just forgot, as Sashi tells Inko that he just forgot that Zuko, or that Doomsday Zuko, or that Doomsday guy was Zuko from an alternate timeline. As Chaco or Inko actually says, that's okay. And how about you, Sashi? How do you feel about him? Because I know that you thought I was cheating on you. No. You don't mind him staying in this world, right? No, I don't mind at all. What was your world like as he looks? Well, as he explains that in my world is a pretty dark place if you visit right now. How dark? I don't want to talk about it. So I'm going to go check on Zuko to see what. Okay? Yeah. So he goes, checks on Zuko. To see if he was still breathing. So yeah. So Zuko was still breathing. And now, yeah. And yeah. So, yeah. So now, and so Ochako so Class 1A shows up and meets. They thought they went to a wrong house, first of all. But then, but Ochako knew who Doomsday Zuko was. So when she says, "Hey, Doomsday Zuko," or Zuko, long time no see. Yeah, if you're here for the Zuko, he's sleeping. Yeah, we're also here for you to see. So they came in and they all wanted to know what happened in that universe. Well, let me start from the beginning. So, if you want to watch the one or so that video, so Zuko explains that he says, well, at the beginning, I was quirkless, born quirkless, but the Quark Doctor found something that I was useful for. So then he shot Inko, or my Inko, and took her body away and took me into the lab and experimented on me most of the life. And then I got so angry, I went on a rampage, and so All For One released me, because so then I ended up killing everyone, including all of you. It was horrifying. But now, since after I calmed down a lot, that I realized but then when I saw that alternate version of me, this world's Inko, I knew that I had to protect the family from. But I don't mind killing the Quark Doctor, as he's trying to, he's scratching his arm as Inko calms him down, as they all yeah, we should, as the Quark Doctor is the most prime suspect thing. So the Eraserhead says, yeah, what did they put inside your body? He put in a lot of quirks. But the most one that I remember is evolution quirk. By itself, it does nothing, but combined with certain ones. So that's why. So, yeah. So then Bakugo's like, man, I kind of feel bad for you, Doomsday Zuko. Yeah. So, yeah. So now, and perfect. Because my original plan was to have the first part 30 minutes, or next one was 40, and then the other one's 50. So, yeah. So, a couple days after, now time skip to 18. So Doomsday Zuko and normal Zuko and Zumi had the same birthday. So basically, they all did their. Yeah. So Chaco ends up marrying Zuko, the normal one, not the Doomsday one. And the Doomsday Zuko, you know what he ends up getting married to? I'll show you who he gets married to. One from class 1B, Rinko, her. Because she finds him attractive. She didn't care if he was a Nomu. You know, she cared about him. I was going to put Toga, but then I realized, no. Oh, yeah. So, she gets married to Zuku, and yeah. So now, I'll ask you a question in this what if. So, would you rather... This is going to be a question. Would you rather see Lobo and Lois Lane in? Like, basically, what if Lobo marries Lois Lane? Because in that alternate timeline, Lois Lane didn't meet Superman, but instead meets the him. But instead of so the murderous person Lobo with a innocent bystander of a news reporter, Lois Lane, because it's going to be an alternate timeline where it would be like a whole backstory to an alternate version of Crush. Ush? Yeah, her. So, yeah. If you guys want me to do something like that kind, let me know in the comments below, and have a good night or day. Depends on the time zones. Peace out, y'all.